Now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Waconia Wildcats. Starting with the goalkeeper, senior number 96, Hayden Enker. Defense, junior number 2, Ava Reutenberg. Defense, junior number 3, Malena Groot. Defense, senior number 4, Madeline Schuler. Midfield, junior number 7, Ada Meehan. Midfield, junior number 9, Addison Brifshinsky. Defense, senior number 10, Morgan Yeager. Forward, junior number 11, Audrey Falkman. Defense, senior number 14, Caitlin Schweiger. Forward, sophomore number 15, Emma Cleve. And defense, sophomore number 18, Kate Kochinska. The Waconia Wildcats assistant coaches are Wade Lautzenheiser and AJ Knick. The head coach of the Waconia Wildcats is Ivan Voino. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our visitors to Wildcat Stadium this evening, the Waconia Wildcats. Now here is the starting lineup for your Eagan Wildcats, starting with the goalkeeper, junior number 0, Maddie Weisel. Defense, junior number 5, Anna Enning. Midfield, junior number 6, Evie Burke. Forward, senior number 8, Captain Ava Leitenberg. Forward, senior number 10, Kylie Weisendonner. Midfield, senior number 11, Macy Bray. Defense, senior number 13, Isabella Fall. Defense, senior number 16, Kate Cron. Forward, senior number 18, Captain Josie Seehafer. Defense, senior number 20, Angelina Illyria Yin. In midfield, senior number 24, Captain Inga Jolstrom. And there is one addition to the Wildcats roster for tonight's game, add number 28, junior forward, Francesca Borian. The Wildcats assistant coaches are Michael Porter, Giovanni Lemus, and Justice Gobin. The head coach of the Eagan Wildcats is Qasim Ilmi. Ladies and gentlemen, your Eagan Wildcats. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise, remove your hats, and face the flag at the north end of the stadium for the playing of our national anthem. Both teams have greeted the game officials. Teams returning to their benches. We will be underway momentarily.
The sky is blue, the grass is green. It's a great day to be alive and a great day for high school soccer, and that's what we have for you here on ETV. Good evening, everybody. My name is Nathan Cron. My broadcast partner, Skip Newton, is on other assignment tonight, so you'll get just a steady diet of me tonight. But tonight we expect a great game between the Wildcats. The Wildcats and who, you might ask? The other Wildcats. The Waconia Wildcats make the trek all the way down Highway 10, all the way down to Eagan for this non-conference matchup with the Eagan Wildcats. So here, coming to you from the broadcast studios here in Eagan in the press box, beautiful campus of Eagan High School, located in Eagan, Minnesota. Last year, these two teams matched up for an epic 2-1 victory for the Wildcats. That is the Eagan Wildcats. I'll do my best throughout the evening if I can keep these two different Wildcat teams straight to give you a good play-by-play experience. And thank you for joining us here on ETV, along with our award-winning ETV crew, which will meet later in this game. We've got a lot of great opportunities here for these girls on both sides to showcase their talents. The Eagan Wildcats will be in their home blues with white numbers, blue socks. The Waconia Wildcats will be in all white. Waconia will be defending the north goal. To the extent there is a wind advantage, it looks like it's coming from the south based on the flags that are blowing to the north end of the stadium. So the Wildcats, the Eagan Wildcats, will have the advantages of the wind. Center referee David Bland, experienced referee, going over and getting some garbage off the field that had blown onto the field. Just about ready to get started, and as you can see, the graphics situation has been rectified, and we are underway here in Eagan. Waconia kicking off, heading to the south. Rothenberg, Groot, Schuler, Meehan, Brzezinski, Yeager, Falkman, Schweiger, Cleve, Houghton, Kuchinska, and our anchor are your starters for the Waconia Wildcats, and early on, Eagan secures a corner. So early first shot for the Wildcats. Macy Bray will go over, trot over, and take it. We'll give you the Eagan Wildcats line up here in just a moment as Bray will take this corner from the near side. Bray's ball to the back post. Nobody can get a head on it. It was a nice corner, just unfortunately just too tall, as the Wildcats will now retreat to defense. So Fall and Cron are your center backs with Yin and Enning at your outside back positions. Burke and Jolstrom in your center defensive mids. Bray in your attacking mids with Weisendonner, Leitenberg, and Seehafer in your forward positions. Ending with it on the far side. That's Seehafer. Tries a 1-2 with Jolstrom, but it's picked off. Nicely done. Falkman battling with senior captain Inga Jolstrom on the far side. And we're going to have to see precisely how these two teams match up and how they work together. Here's an opportunity. Leitenberg has it on her approved left foot, but she shoots it wide. It was a good opportunity as Ava Leitenberg, showing some of that all-state track speed, accelerating into the ball and beating with the defender to the ball. She's a natural left footer, so that one felt comfortable to her, but it hit side netting. Burke looks for Weisendonner, doesn't quite come off, and that ball will be played into touch by Waconia. Leitenberg with the heave, looks for Burke, finds Yin. That one gets chipped in towards the penalty area. That finds Seehafer. It bounces once, now finds Bray. Bray volleys it back. And Anchor, Hayden Anchor, the Waconia Wildcat goalie, claims. So both teams playing with 4 at the back. Looks like 3 in the middle and 3 on top. So similar formations for both teams. Weisendonner. Burke. Overlapping run by Yin. Yin fed by Leitenberg. Turns, goes the other way. Yin fires towards the middle, but nobody making the run as Enning was crashing. And it'll go for a goal kick. Major kudos to our award-winning ETV crew getting those graphics back and up and running. First couple of games here from Wildcat Stadium were a little bit challenging given the lack of graphics. But we now return to regular programming. This ball gets knocked down by Bray. Seehafer tries to claim now. Weisendoner with it. Back out to Enning. Enning pooches it towards Leitenberg. That's going to get through to Leitenberg. She's going to have it on her head. Can she get it on her foot? And Anchor claims. Anchor had to make that save. It was arguably, you could say it wasn't really a shot on goal, but if Anchor's not there to claim that ball, it finds its way into the back of the net. Bray with it. Now Jolstrom. Burke back for Fall. And Fall puts that into touch. Good pressure that time by Cleve on the near side. Yeah, I think that's going to be a Eagan throw. Do the best I can. Thank you for joining us. If you're joining us on the live stream from Waconia or anywhere else, thank you so much for doing that. And we'll do our best to try to stick with Eagan and Waconia as opposed to Wildcats. It's just so unusual to have two teams with the same mascot. Throw on the near side. That's Schweiger. Ball gets intercepted, finds Weisendoner. Plays so well with her back to the goal. Unfortunately, that one was taken away from her, but it gets chipped forward by Yin. Anchor gets the playback. Almost a dangerous move there by the defense, but it comes off now. Weisendoner will claim. Nicely done, Kylie Weisendoner. And she's going to be whistled for the early foul. I've said it before, and I'll say it many more times while Kylie Weisendoner's on the field. Sometimes I think she's on the wrong end of some bad physics. But this time she steals the ball away. She comes to the middle. She tries to slide it through with the right foot. Good defense that time by Waconia. And Yin will find Kron. Kron finds Burke. Good passing right now for the girls in blue. Enning lays off that time for Seehafer. Seehafer to the edge of the penalty area. Tries to cross it in. Here's an opportunity. And Leitenberg lights the lamp. It's 1-0 to the Wildcats. That is the Eagan Wildcats. Good cross by Josie Seehafer. Good finish by Ava Leitenberg. So in the 7th minute of the first half, Leitenberg cashes in off Seehafer's cross. And it's an early 1-0 lead for the Wildcats. That is the Eagan Wildcats. Gosh, folks, I'm going to struggle with that all night, but I will try to correct myself. Great play by Seehafer to get on the end of that ball and cross it in. She was right near the goal line. There wasn't much room for her to cross that in. And Anchor was in no woman's land, so to speak, because if she comes out to play that ball, she gives up some space behind her. If she sits back, which is what she did, she gives Leitenberg the opportunity. Some beautiful play on the near side. Can Weisendoner cross this over? She tries. And it finds its way back to Anchor. But I think Anchor was in a bit of no man's land there. If she comes out, she's got a problem. If she sits, she has a problem. And now the Waconia Wildcats will try to counter. So far, the Waconia Wildcats still looking for their first shot and shot on goal. Burke falls on the ball, gets up. Jolstrom comes out with it, sends it back for Kron. Kron switches field looking for Bray, but it's going to miss Bray and go all the way over to Seehafer. I think it's going to be a blue throw. Yes, it was played that time by Groot on the far side. Ball gets heaved through looking for Weisendoner, and it'll be a white throw on the far side. As I said, last year these two teams battled in a close one in Waconia. Wildcats notching the extra goal to get a 2-1 victory. But it was a close-run thing for anyone who was in the stands that day, and I'm sure a bunch of Waconia fans were in there watching as well, and they'll agree that was a close game. These two teams surely have had some changes in their personnel. The Wildcats certainly have. Both sets of Wildcats certainly have. I expect a good game here tonight, and it started quickly. Although that being said, the Eagan Wildcats seem to have the lion's share of the opportunities. Speaking of, here comes Burke. She tries to slide that through. Finds Jolstrom. Jolstrom from distance. Good block that time by the defense. It gets ping-ponged around. Is it going to get down onto someone's foot? And finally, it's cleared by Waconia. Now Waconia with numbers. They get to counterattack. Nice job on the far side. Ending sprinting back. Cron claims. Sends that forward. It's intercepted. That ball comes up and over the top, and Weissel will get her first touch of the game. Ball comes up and over the top for Weisendoner. That's going to run out, and I think it's going to be a blue throw, and it is. Ball looks for Bray. Bray with her back to the goal. Lays off for Weisendoner. Weisendoner with the left foot. That's blocked. Here's an opportunity for Yin. Yin goes to goal, and Yin scores. Oh, my goodness. What a strike for Angelina Illyria Yin. Her second goal of the season. And it's an early 2-0 lead for the Eagan Wildcats. Weisendonner's shot was blocked. She'll get the assist. Yin cashes in. Impressive that Yin did not take an extra touch or two there. There's a tendency for players to settle that ball down, but Yin slammed that home. Heard a report this week that Yin will be playing college soccer at St. Mary's University in Winona. So congratulations to her for making that decision. So an early 2-0 lead here in the 9th minute for the Eagan Wildcats. Waconia needs to put some passes together and get a little bit of momentum back.
Scoring for the Eagan Wildcats, an unassisted goal scored by number 20.
Inside-outside play here for Weisendoner and for Leitenberg, and Weisendoner sprays that one towards anchor. Well, the official says an unassisted goal, but it came off a deflection off of a Kylie Weisendoner shot. So I'll let the experts figure that out. We're going to have a substitution. Not going to be a substitution. It's going to be a yellow card caution for Evie Burke. So in the 11th minute, we have a Burke yellow card. Not certain what that's about. I have to believe it's dissent. It's either dissent or it's she's wearing her earrings. She's wearing her earrings. So that's an equipment issue, safety issue, and that's bookable. I'm not sure if you booked her and actually sent her off to take the earrings out, or whether she was simply told to leave the field. It was a yellow card caution. So Evie Burke with a yellow card caution here in the 11th minute for having the earrings in.
At 10:21.
Audrey Siljan comes in to check in to take over Burke's spot. In with the throw. Gets ping-ponged around. Jolstrom tries to get ahead to it. Seehafer gives chase on the far side. Jolstrom steps. That ball comes up and over the top. Cron gives chase. Cleve hot on her tail. And Cleve will have that played off of her shins. Cron will win that throw. Nicely done. Waconia is still looking for their first shot of the game. 4 shots for the Eagan Wildcats. Seehafer skips away from the defense. She's got a lot of defense. She's directing traffic. She's trying to feed Leitenberg, and it's deflected just as she's trying to get it over to Leitenberg. You see those two players trying to coordinate. And more substitutions for the Waconia Wildcats as Yeager and Schuler will check out. And Heine and Meath will check in. And we will restart with a throw here on the near side. Weisendonner has it at her feet. Weisendonner tries to get onto her left foot, looking at overlapping run far side for Anna Enning. Makes a nice run. Pooches it forward for Seehafer. Seehafer's going to run out of room, though, just a little too hard on this turf. Wildcats with an early 2-0 lead. Goals by Leitenberg and Yin. Using that wind advantage to their advantage here in the first half. Anchor puts her left foot into it, finds Anna Enning's head, and it goes into touch. Bray wins it, but then it's flicked out of bounds on the far side. And Waconia will regroup. Now it falls for Siljan, who knocks it down. Finds Seehafer. Seehafer has it taken off of her foot. Now Jolstrom in the middle, battles. And there's Emma Cleve again coming back from her forward position. She's done some good runs here for the Waconia Wildcats. Now the Eagan Wildcats switch the field. Big overlapping run here for Yin off of a Leitenberg one-touch. Just unlucky. It was beautiful football. It just didn't come off. BX in the middle, finds Cleve. Cleve to the outside. That's Houghton. Houghton with it, taking on Enning. Oh, that would be a foul. And a push, shove in the back, a pretty easy call for center referee David Bland. Free kick will be taken by Kron. She hoofs that forward, finds Weisendonner's chest, but it bounces. Waconia doing a nice job of spinning and turning through that. Now a through ball. That ball is going to find its way down deep. Enning's going to give chase. That's not going to make it into touch. Enning with some contact, but finds her way out of it. Now lays it off for Kron. And Kron's, interestingly enough, that's going to be a throw awarded to Waconia. Kron certainly thought it was her ball. And ball comes in over the top, looking for Seehafer. Siljan. Now Leitenberg. Leitenberg needed to get a touch. She needed to get a touch to that ball to keep it from running out on her. There is a tendency sometimes for these girls not to get the touch in early. And it burned Ava Leitenberg there, but we'll see if she changes her approach here as she has an opportunity as Bray finds Seehafer. Seehafer attacking one side, puts the moves on, goes by one defender. Gets to the edge of the penalty area, now looks to cross. Now it's chipped ahead by Enning. Almost finds Leitenberg, looking for Yin. Yin, edge of the penalty area, finds Siljan. Siljan has an opportunity. Siljan goes to goal. Siljan scores! Audrey Siljan with her first varsity goal. And the Eagan Wildcats are rampant now with a 3-0 lead 15 minutes into this game. So Ange Yin gets the assist. And Audrey Siljan goes by one defender, gets it on her right foot, and buries it. Anchor was really at the mercy of her defense there. She really didn't have much of an opportunity. It was a clean and unmolested shot towards the net. And no goalie at any level can cover every inch of the net. So Waconia really behind the 8 ball now. Need to put together some passes. Need to do something here to try to change the momentum of this early first half, which has been all girls in blue. Siljan battling there with after scoring her first varsity goal. You always love to see a girl get her first varsity goal as Yin's in a foot race near side. That's Heine. Heine stops, slams on the brakes, plays it backwards, edge of the penalty area. Jolstrom with the defense, and that finds its way through to Weissel. But that is the first shot on goal for Waconia, and a positive note for them to build on. Weissel's punt finds Weisendonner's head. Tries to lay that off for Bray. Now she gets it back. Anna Enning on the far side. She picks out a runner, sends it through. This might be on Seehafer. Seehafer slides it across. Opportunity for Leitenberg. Great block that time by Waconia. And I think that was number 12, Beeks, playing center back. Let's see if I can pull her number off. I believe it was. But what a nice job that time on the block. That was a beautiful cross from Seehafer. Good job by Leitenberg finding the space. Speaking of finding space, here comes Siljan. Siljan tries to slide that through, and Seehafer is well offside.
Whistle on the play. Eagan Wildcats offside.
So offside, I could tell from up here that the Wildcats were in offside. But a great build-up and play, and an even better defensive play that time by Waconia. And they had to have it. A 4-goal lead in the first half is going to be really, really tough to climb out of. Header by Jolstrom. That's going to be claimed on the far side by Waconia. And Houghton battle with Enning on the far side has been entertaining.
Substitution for Waconia. Back into the game, Caitlin. 14, Caitlin Schweiger.
Schweiger checks back in.
Going off, number 3, Elena Groot.
For Waconia. Groot will have a seat. Bray plays it off of a Waconia player, and so that will go into touch. Seehafer says, Enning, why don't you take this? And she throws it towards Seehafer. Seehafer tries to get it on her foot and turn. Ran out of real estate. Good job that time by Houghton on the far side. Enning pops this up, looking for Leitenberg, far side. Leitenberg swims around one defender, gets it on her left foot. It's partially blocked. Yin and Siljan both make a play for it. Siljan comes out with it, finds Jolstrom. Jolstrom switches to the far side. Lots of green grass over there. Now Enning is closed down. Enning will move into the edge of the penalty area. Tries to go by one defender. Maybe tried to go by one too many defenders. But the Wildcats, the Eagan Wildcats, claim that. Now Weisendonner. Weisendonner getting it onto her left foot, sends it towards goal, and it goes wide. That's a shot we've seen Kylie Weisendonner hit time and time again during her varsity career. That little turn to the left. She can go to the right, but she loves that left. Famous left foot put the Wildcats into the state tournament last year. Again, the Eagan Wildcats, your reigning South Suburban Conference champions and your Section 3-3A champions. Good defense there by Jolstrom. Well tackled. Yin. Siljan. Siljan switches field. Nicely done. Enning with lots of room on the far side. Plays that in towards Weisendonner. Didn't quite come off as there was some great defense there in the middle. Yin just hit that just a little too hard, and even Leitenberg with her lightning speed isn't going to be able to catch that one. Waconia last year into this early this season, their season record right now, very early in this season, 0-1-1. Last game out was against Rosemount. And the Wildcats found themselves on the wrong end of a 1-9 score, and that's a difficult one under any circumstances. Groot and Brzezinski check back in for the Waconia Wildcats.
Also going off, Kate Kochinska, number 18.
Leitenberg around one defender. Now, good job by the other defender stepping in and covering. Yin's going to get her foot to that, send it across. Now Weisendonner with it. She tries to go to goal. Is that going to be a deflection? I think it is. Is it going to be a corner? And it is. So second corner of the half, second corner of the game. You can see the time in the corner of the screen.
The corner kick for the Eagan Wildcats. This will be their second. This from the near side with Macy Gray.
Just over 19 minutes to go here. The Wildcats in blue. The Eagan Wildcats really have had their way in this game. Nice flat corner. That comes in towards the goal, and it curves into the net. Not sure if Bray's going to get credit for that or not. I think they're going to give it to her. So 22 minutes in, Macy Bray scores from the corner. It curves in, avoids everyone, finds the side netting, and the Wildcats with a 4-0 lead. That ball had eyes on it as it avoided defenders and offensive players, found its way into the back of the net.
Scoring for the Eagan Wildcats. An unassisted goal scored by number 11.
It is, in fact, going to be Macy Bray's goal. And how many times do you see somebody score directly from a corner? It doesn't happen often, but it happened there. And the Wildcats, the Eagan Wildcats, now with a 4-0 lead. Coach Qasim Ilmi looks like he's going to have a number of substitutions that are going to be coming in, probably for the remainder of this half. This combination of players, it has to be said, has demonstrated some really nice passing and has obviously generated a fair amount of offense. The impressive thing from my standpoint is from up here, it's the girls look like they're on the same page, and that's something that has not been as consistent as it needs to be for them to repeat as section and perhaps even conference champions. Jolstrom sends that back for Fall. Fall out to Yin. Yin creates some space for herself. Now switches the field looking for Seehafer. Seehafer's going to dummy that and let run onto it. Now she's going to flash the track speed. She's an all-state track star on the far side. Seehafer to the edge of the penalty area. Tries to serve it back in. Earns the corner. So that's going to be another corner for the Wildcats. And I think we're going to have a mass of substitutions, but I think Coach Ilmi's going to hold off. He's not going to hold off. Okay, the referee, in fact, is waving everybody on. It's a line change. It's a fire wagon line change. Everybody's coming on and off. Every bench player except the injured Abigail McGowan, the injured backup, the injured goalie, everybody is coming on. So we're going to set your lineup here as soon as we get something straightened out here with respect to the corner. And that corner goes over everybody, and now we will have a reset. So for the Wildcats, let's just start with the center backs. You have Sienna Razga and Isabella Fall, Ella Horn, and I believe I'm not sure if Ella Horn is on the field. I'm not sure if she's playing an outside back position or not. I'm not sure if we've got 3 at the back or 4 at the back now. In any event, it looks like you have Sienna Razga, Isabella Fall, Ella Horn at the back line. Then you have Evie Burke, Mia Kosnick in the midfield, along with Tess Triplett and Francesca Borian. Up from the number 28, up from the junior varsity team, a new addition to the roster. So she's seeing her first varsity action. Triplet near their number 7 battling. And yanking the arm of the Waconia player. Easy call for referee David Bland. So Westerman on the far side, Courtney Bumpers in the middle, and Olivia Ehrenberg is your other midfielder. So quite the change of players. As that ball gets heaved towards the Eagan end, finds Sienna Razga. Burke hoofs that forward. Gets intercepted. But Triplett comes out with it. Triplett finds Westerman. Westerman serves it forward for Bumpers. Bumpers with the defense. Nicely done. Courtney Bumpers takes it away just outside the penalty area. 17 flashing to the edge of the penalty area. Now she puts her right foot on it and earns a corner. Nicely done, Courtney Bumpers.
Corner kick for the Eagan Wildcats. This will be their fourth.
So Kosnick will stand over this one.
25 on the kick.
Try to bend this in. Comes in towards the penalty area, and it goes off of a head. Nicely done. It was off of Evie Burke's head, but flashed backwards and out of play for a goal kick. The Eagan Wildcats 2-2 on this young season, coming off a disappointing result at White Bear Lake. Another White Bear Lake, of course, also went to state last year, state quarterfinalist last year, so champions of section, I believe it's 4, section 4. A lot of good teams on this Eagan Wildcats schedule. The Minnetonkas, White Bear Lake, Hill Murray, lots of quality opponents. And Seehafer had strayed, check it, not Seehafer, Bumpers had strayed into an offside position on the far side.
Offside is the call on the Eagan Wildcats. The referee kick, Waconia Wildcats.
So a second offside infraction here in this first half. Don't forget we've got boys high school soccer coming up here at 7 o'clock here from Wildcat Stadium. It is the Waconia Wildcats and your Eagan Wildcats. That game will kick off approximately 25 minutes after this game ends. Triplet battling. Now Triplet slicing to the edge of the penalty area. Now she's going to get to the corner, try to slide it in. It's blocked expertly. Nicely done that time by Waconia. It's taken away that time by Westerman. Westerman looks for Bumpers. Bumpers can't quite connect with it. Borean flashing over to try to get to it. Bumpers sends that back, and it'll find touch. Throw on the far side comes in, finds Borean. Borean not marked too closely, although the defense rallies, and now it comes out for the Wildcats. That's Rozga flashing up from the outside back position. Now Fall will have to battle. That ball comes to the outside, and now the Wildcats are in a little bit of trouble. As Waconia counters, they've got 4v4, and the cross comes just a little bit early and just a little too heavy. Throw on the near side. Horn heaves that forward, looking for Bumper's head. It flashes off of her brow, and it's intercepted by Triplet. Now Bumpers with it. Bumpers sends that forward. Nicely done. Can Westerman get on the other end of this? She can't, but it was a nice ball from Bumpers. Good vision of the field. Just a little too much heat on that pass. But Westerman had timed her run brilliantly, and Bumpers delivered the ball right when she needed to. Triplet lays off for Westerman. Westerman chips it over. Borean tries to knock that down. Now Waconia will counter on the near side. Good job that time by Schuler. Falls for Horn. Borean. Borean inside to Bumpers. Bumpers by one defender. She's got an edge. She gets to the edge, and that's going to roll out for another corner. I believe that is going to be a corner. Oh, the referee and the assistant referee both call for a goal kick. The Wildcats have to feel very good about their start to the half. Their combination of players initially seemed like it was really clicking. Cleve will be withdrawn for the Waconia Wildcats as that ball comes from Anchor's goal kick. Borean's ball down for Bumpers. Nicely done. Now Borean back, cross, back post, looking for Westerman, but Westerman's going to need a step ladder to get at that one. And it'll find its way into touch.
For Waconia. Substitution for the Waconia Wildcats. Back into the game, Kate Kuchinska, number 18, going off number 2, Ava Whitenberg.
Kuchinska will come back into the game. As Anchor's goal kick is intercepted that time by Westerman. Falls for Triplett. Triplett tries to go by one defender. Bumpers now tries to go through a couple of defenders. That ball is off of a foot or two. And that ball gets laid off that time for Horn. Horn will attack from the outside. She'll earn the throw. Ball gets sent over the top, and Nobin was chasing. A wasted opportunity that time by Eagan. Just over 8.5 minutes to go here, first half. Goals by Leitenberg, Yin, Siljan, and Bray, giving the Eagan Wildcats a 4-0 lead. And Waconia is still looking for its first shot on goal as this ball finds its way to Bumpers. Bumpers gets it again. She slides it across. No one attacking in blue. Waconia got lucky there that no one was stepping and attacking. Nice job that time by Fall. Now Borean to the outside. Borean to the inside. Borean loses the ball. Nice move, but she couldn't keep control of it. Now Kosnick will battle. And that ball will get pitched towards the end. It's not going to get out. Borean's going to get that ball. She battles in the corner. Tries to create something. Good job by Waconia working in the 2-on-1. But the ball falls kindly for Triplett. Her shot is blocked. Kosnick with a great tackle. Thought there might be a call there, but Triplett now squares around to it. Ehrenberg, far side now Westerman. Westerman pulls back for Ehrenberg. As Meehan gives chase. Burke. Horn. Borean to the near side. And offside is the infraction on the far side. The assistant referee with his flag extended. Means we will have an indirect free kick for Waconia. Waconia, with 7 minutes to go, really could use a couple of shots on goal, something to get a little bit of momentum here coming into this second half. Plenty of time still in this game, but right now the Waconia Wildcats look like they're searching a little bit for some offensive coherence. The ball comes back over for Fall. Fall's ball for Borean. Now Horn. Horn sends that forward, and it's going to slide into touch.
Substitution for Waconia, number 6, Ilahani, back in.
Wildcats' next game on the 5th against Lakeville North at 7 p.m. That is at Lakeville North. So that's Thursday night. Horn, nice interception there. Comes off. Kosnick went the wrong way. Unlucky there. Big step from the outside that time. Nicely done by Rozga. Now Triplett. Triplett slides that through. Nicely done. Now Westerman. She can attack. And she loses control of the ball. Hopefully everybody's okay. There was an awkward collision. And both players are up, which is what you want to see. It is a corner. Fifth corner of the half, fifth corner of the game. Kosnick will take the corner from the far side. Kosnick puts it into the mixer, back post. Nobody there for the Wildcats, for the Eagan Wildcats. And I think we're going to retake that one. There was a problem. Referee David Bland, not sure if that kick was taken prior to the whistle being blown or there were substitutions occurring. I'm not sure exactly what was going on. In any event, we reset. Kosnick will try to drop it in close. It's scramble on the ground. It's out. Waconia to the defensive pump. Nicely done. Fall will come flying up from her center back position to try to keep this from being a breakaway. She does. Ball gets pitched back in. Somebody in blue needs to get on the end of that, but instead it's Anchor claiming it. Nine shots for the Wildcats, 0 for the other Wildcats. 9 shots for Eagan, 0 for Waconia. Waconia right now, as I said, just trying to put something together offensively. This Triplet's going to try to run by a couple of defenders to this ball. She almost claims it. And that's good pressure by Tess Triplet. Bumpers. Lays off for Ehrenberg. Ehrenberg looks for Triplet. Triplet turns. Gets it on her left foot. Tries to slide that through. And Borean, that was going to be a tall task. That had to be a perfect ball. And Borean would have to be moving early as it went around 3 defenders to get there. Closing in on 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Again, we'd like to say thank you to all of you joining us here on the live stream. Our executive producer is Josh Sibley. Our director is Jerry Greenberg. And the rest of our award-winning ETV crew, Derek Badger and Max Helmuller on the cameras. Thank you so much for making us look and sound so good here on ETV. Speaking of looking good, the Waconia Wildcats attacking to the outside. There's an opportunity for Waconia here late in this first half. It is going to be a blue throw. I think that's the right call. Looked like it had come off a Waconia player. Triplet battling on the far side. It's Brzezinski. Now this ball finds its way to the midfield. Kosnick goes right by her. Now Kosnick with it again. Finds Westerman, just put too much on that. Westerman will battle. And advantage played by the center referee. Nicely done. Waconia attacking to the outside. That's Houghton. Ball finds its way back for Meehan. Meehan turned back by Triplet. Now she puts the moves on. It was 7v7. Nicely done, but fortunately for Tess Triplet, the rest of the defense was able to rally, and that ball will find its way into touch. So a throw in around the 40-yard line here for Waconia. Approaching the last 2 minutes now, into the last 2 minutes, I should say, of the game, and we have some sort of stoppage. I think we have a bad soccer ball. Maybe a flat soccer ball. So, center referee and the Waconia coaching staff trying to get that ball taken out. So that's taken out, and we'll restart here with a Waconia throw. Ball finds its way down to the foot of Ehrenberg. That gets sent forward. Bumpers with an opportunity. She might be able to run onto this. Let's see what Waconia can do. They control briefly, but then it gets put into touch. Westerman sends that forward looking for Bumpers. Bumpers attacking the outside. Sends it in with her right foot. Borean lays that off that time for Kosnick. Kosnick goes to goal. You like the goal to go to goal, but that time it was splitting the uprights, and Eagan TV is not going to be broadcasting Wildcat football until Friday night. So it's just a goal kick. Ten shots for the Wildcats, 4 on goal. 6 on goal, I should say. 2 saves for Anchor. This ball falls for Borean. Borean through one defender. She's going to get to the edge. Tries to cut it back. I think she's going to earn the corner, and she does. So into the last 18 seconds here for the Wildcats. Wildcats have got to hurry. They're not going to have much time. Now the 10 seconds count is going. Kosnick's going to send this in. It's going to be to the back post, and it's going to be over everybody. And that will conclude our first half. So a first half that saw the Wildcats, the Eagan Wildcats, really aggressively come out of the gate with 4 goals in the space of 21 minutes. That combination of players was absolutely clicking for Coach Q. The Wildcats, the Eagan Wildcats at the midfield interval mid halftime interval will work together to see what they can do to continue building on that solid first half. Meanwhile, the Waconia Wildcats find themselves in a really deep hole against this solid Eagan team, and the Waconia Wildcats will do some things at halftime to try to climb back into this game, get some momentum, and build for their season as they move forward. For us here on ETV, we will step aside for halftime here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. You're watching girls high school soccer on ETV. button on this thing. Cough button. Second half about to get underway here at Eagan High School, the campus of Eagan High School, Eagan, Minnesota. The Wildcats versus the Wildcats. Wildcats in blue from Eagan against the Wildcats in white from Waconia. The Waconia Wildcats coming into Wildcat Stadium looking for their first win of the year, and right now it's looking a little bit challenging for them as they find themselves down at halftime 4-0. Wildcats in blue, the Eagan Wildcats scoring early and often. And we'll reset your lineups here momentarily. This ball played to the near side. Seehafer takes on one defender, now runs by that defender, slides it across. Opportunity. Oh, it's off the top crossbar. Leitenberg hit the crossbar. Saved by the woodwork as Yin now attacks from Burke on the far side. It was so well worked. And offside against Julstrom. So unlucky that time as Seehafer had taken on three defenders, had slid the ball across. Leitenberg got a foot to it. I could not tell whether the defender had gotten a foot to that as well. It came up and hit the crossbar. All Leitenberg would have had to do was tap it in or walk it in. And I have a sneaking suspicion that the defender did a nice job that time of blocking that off. Here's advantage play for Waconia. They attack to the outside. Here's Schuler. And she has it taken away from her, but still wins the throw. Yeager sends in a heave towards Kuchinska. Ball finds its way back to number 12, Bieks. Here's an opportunity for Waconia to attack on the outside. Yin attacks and defends on the outside. Nicely done. Yin covering for Fall. Fall got caught up there a little bit, and Yin came over to the side and took it away from Cleve. Ball ping-pongs in the middle now, finds Weisendonner. Weisendonner tries to send that forward, doesn't quite get it through that time. But now Weisendonner and Julstrom battle. Gets taken away from them. Nicely done that time by Meehan. Meehan sends that forward. Fall. It's going to go backwards to Weissel. And Weissel picks up the ball and will be an indirect free kick. That was passed back to her. That's the second time that that's happened this season. So big opportunity here for Waconia. Waconia will have an indirect free kick. From about the 15-yard line. So about 15 yards out from goal. It's an indirect free kick, so someone will have to touch it before it can enter the net on the goal. Waconia standing over it. Center referee setting the wall. And that ball blocked nicely by the wall. It comes out. And finds its way into touch for a throw on the far side. That's Yin with it. And one of the things that Wildcats have struggled with a little bit here in this early going of this season, the first quarter to fifth of this season, is communication between the back line and the keeper. Cron claims that, cleans it up and sends it out, finds Julstrom. Julstrom needs to get it down to her feet. Ping-pongs around, now falls that time for Falkman. Falkman's ball finds Yin. And Ange Yin on the far side, shielding that ball until Weissel can come and claim it. Thank you for joining us here on ETV on the live stream. Waconia Wildcats and Eagan Wildcats. Weisendonner battling there in the middle. Tries to slide that through. Good defense on the far side by Waconia. Yin says, I'll receive that ball and I'll send it up for Leitenberg. Leitenberg is going to take on defender to the outside. She's going to be run down. She chips it across with her right foot, deflects off a defender, and falls for anchor. So this is the combination of players for Coach Q that did the business in the first half for the Wildcats. Ball finds its way to a Wildcat, to Waconia. Waconia slides that by. That ball's going to find its way to touch. That was just going to be too long of a run for Schuler. Great effort, but too far. That ball comes over the top. It's for Seehafer. Nice job by Meehan to win that throw. And Yeager will take it. Bray gives chase. Bray sends it forward for Weisendonner. Weisendonner gets to it first, tries to send it through to Leitenberg. Yin gets the rebound. And we return to regular programming in the middle of the park. Seehafer. Seehafer fouled there by Waconia. Referee was trying to play advantage. That's why the call didn't come right away. But a big opportunity here for Anna Enning, number 5, near side of your screen, as you see Josie Seehafer there. One of the senior captains and returning All-State players for the Wildcats. So Enning will try to send this towards goal. She tries to take a little bit off of it. Someone gets a hand to it. Someone gets on it, and it goes wide. Oh, my goodness. Somebody in blue, I should say not get a hand to it. Somebody got a foot to it, sent it on goal, off the crossbar, off the post, came back, and goal and Hayden Anchor living right, because that ball found its way into touch over the end line instead of into the back of the net for a 5-0 deficit. Cron swings that over for Fall. Fall now to Yin. Cron finds Seehafer. Nicely done. Overlapping run by Enning to the outside. Enning attacking. Enning at the edge of the penalty area. She's got 3 defenders. Tries to slide it across, and that ball will go out over the end line, and it will be a corner for the Wildcats. Their 7th of the game, first of the second half. Not sure if you could hear the communication from where you are sitting here at home, but great communication there. Seehafer was calling for it. Cron found her. Then Enning made the overlapping run. Seehafer found her, and the opportunity was realized. Corner comes in from Weisendonner, finds Yin. Yin on the back, and unfortunately that one's going to go off of Yin's foot and go out for a goal kick. So a slightly more tepid start from this group of Eagan Wildcats here in the second half. No goals here in the first 8.5 minutes of the game. But the shots are definitely starting to pile up. Waconia dancing through the midfield. Finds Fall. Fall intercepts. Fall puts that into touch. Nicely done. So throw in on the near side for Yeager. And certainly you would expect the Waconia Wildcats to come out here in this second half and give perhaps a more focused effort. Connecting passes, trying to create more offense. The ball gets sent towards the touchline. It goes off of a Waconia player and over the end line, so we'll restart with a goal kick. We certainly expect Waconia to come out in this second half and give a great effort and try to put something together, regardless of the result of the game, win, loss, draw, whatever. If you're early in a high school season, every possession, every time you touch the ball, every half of soccer is huge for building for next week, next game, next opportunity. Yin pitches that forward, looks for Weisendonner. Weisendonner, that time by Meath. Far side. Finds Leitenberg. Leitenberg, oh my goodness, Leitenberg taken down. And we'll see if this is going to be, doesn't look like it's going to be a booking, but it is going to be a foul. Far side as Leitenberg was hauled to the ground trying to chase that ball. A bit unlucky for the defender. Leitenberg just had her beaten as Jolstrom will stand over this. Center referee David Bland making sure that Inga Jolstrom understands that she needs to wait for the whistle. It's coming from about 23 yards out. Wildcats setting up on the far right side of your screen. Looking for the back post. There they are. Jolstrom going to goal, and Jolstrom with a free kick. Jolstrom cashes in in the 11th minute, the 51st minute of the second half, and Jolstrom makes it 5-0. It's unassisted, but Inga Jolstrom doesn't care. That was a great go-to-goal shot towards the top net, top of the net, top corner. And Waconia puts it in play quickly, and now they find themselves really up against it. Great job by the senior captain, Inga Jolstrom, going to goal from distance. And for set-piece plays, the Wildcats tonight have had 2 goals off of set-piece plays, 1 free kick and 1 corner, both unassisted. Enning tries to feed that for Weisendonner. Jolstrom lays that off for Bray. Weisendonner. Again for Bray, now for Yin. Yin buying time with her footwork. Still in control of that ball. Looking for somebody to pass it to. Now Enning comes from the far side. Now Enning will attack. That ball gets slid through for Seehafer. Enning and Seehafer weren't quite on the same page. As Enning held that ball for just an instant longer than maybe she could have. And Seehafer's run denied by Anchor. So 5-0 to Eagan. Ball finds its way to the back line. It's pooched forward, and now Waconia will counter. I think this is off of blue. It is. So the Waconia Wildcats in white will have a throw far side. Still everything to play for with respect to building for next week, next game, the rest of the season. Enning attacking. She's got lots of green grass in front of her. She's got Seehafer down the right side. Enning instead goes over for Leitenberg, and Leitenberg was in an offside position. And the flag is up. So Leitenberg caught in an offside position. Good idea that time by Enning, but unfortunately Ava had strayed into the forbidden zone. So an indirect free kick for Waconia here coming up with 26 minutes to play here in the second half. Score 5-0 to Eagan. Ball finds its way to the Eagan back line. Fall with a step. That ball gets hammered over everybody, and that will go over the end line for a Weissel goal kick. And the Eagan Wildcat Soccer Boosters would like to thank their platinum sponsors: Ansari's Chips Pickleball Club, Eagan Hockey Association, Twin Cities Orthopedics, the Willie team at Edina Realty, and Wave Soccer. Thank you so much to our platinum sponsors for supporting Wildcat Soccer. and giving us an opportunity to give these athletes everything we possibly can. Ball finds its way into touch, and Eagan will on the far side send it back in, looking for Leitenberg. Fall. Burke with it. Burke on a yellow card. Opportunity here for Seehafer. Seehafer with a turn. Seehafer sends it forward. Is Enning going to be able to get on to the end of this? She does. Nicely done. Enning taking on multiple defenders. Opportunity for Leitenberg. Lays off that time for Bray, who had made an overlapping run. Unlucky for Bray that her overlapping run hadn't been spotted earlier. She had nothing but grass between her and the goal. Speaking of which, now Leitenberg attacks. Left foot cross. Looking for Seehafer. And it slides by everybody. So Heine will be checking in for the Waconia Wildcats for Houghton. Other substitutes warming up for the Waconia Wildcats. Waconia starting with a throw here in the far south corner. Ball gets heaved forward, finds Burke. And that ball finds touch. Enning with it. Looks for Weisendonner. Weisendonner closed down by two players. Nicely done that time by Waconia. That ball will find its way to touch, and Enning will have another chance at it. Ball finds its way up to Seehafer. Seehafer, oh, nice move around the defender. Another nice move around the defender. Seehafer lays off that time for Enning. Enning. Left foot. It's intercepted. Weisendonner says, no, I'm going to try to shoot it. It gets blocked. And Waconia will counter. They have an opportunity on the back door. Can they get to it? Eagan says, no, not yet. Not out of danger for Eagan. That ball gets cleared. And Enning. Now Weisendonner. Now Jolstrom with lots of room to attack. Sends it forward. It slides through for Leitenberg. Leitenberg to the edge of the penalty area. She can't bring the ball with her. Now she comes back, tries to get the ball. Battling again. Leitenberg again. The ball comes across. Anchor has it skitter just wide, and it is a goal kick. So substitutes coming up here for Waconia, and Eagan soccer boosters like to thank their gold sponsors, Birchwood Dental, Raising Canes, Coldwell Banker, and Rami Cormont. Dermatology Consultants, Eagan Arms, Love That Reuben, Eagan Football Association, Escape With Us Vacations, Homestead Auto, Salvo Soccer Club, Teresa's Mexican, Triple Diamond Sports Cards and Collectibles, and the Urgency Room. Thank you to our gold sponsors for supporting Eagan Soccer, helping us give great experiences to these young athletes. The ball comes into Eagan and gets sent back towards Waconia. Now the field is spread way out. As you can see from your screen, there are just players all over the field, which is really probably to the benefit of the Wildcats, given their situation, their ability to control the ball. Fall steps up, sends that forward for Bray. Now to Yin. Leitenberg. And Bray's ball just too heavy. And a potential injury here for Waconia. As Heine has gone down. Looks like maybe she got caught with that pass. Maybe feet got tangled. But the trainer will come out and take a look at her. Waconia's next match on Thursday. These girls play New Prague at Waconia. Game time there is 7:30. With the boys playing at 5:30. So everyone's going to have an opportunity to go get a drink of water, I think, while the training staff and coaching staff for Waconia attend to Heine. Clock is stopped during the injury timeout. Score is 5-0 to Eagan, with Inga Jolstrom hitting a long free kick here in the 51st minute. Lots of soccer action going on all over the campus. And if we have additional scores for you from the sophomores, the junior varsity, etc., we will pass those on before the end of the broadcast. But this combination of players for Coach Q certainly has connected and clicked well. And you like to see it because that's the type of connection, that's the type of result that you like to see. What you don't want to see is a player not able to put any pressure or any weight on their leg, and that is unfortunately what has happened to Heine on the far side. So hopefully it's simply a sprain or something that is not going to require any type of her missing time, but we will restart with a goal kick for Waconia. Cleve checks back in to take the spot of the aforementioned Heine. And Anchor will put this in play. Goal kick finds its way out, looks for a teammate. Burke gets a hip to it. Now Jolstrom gets a head to it. Leitenberg knocks it down. Leitenberg reaches for it. Nicely done that time by Meehan. Now it falls for Yin. Yin chips that over the top. And just too heavy that time for Seehafer. One of the challenges the Wildcats do have is they do have all-state track speed on the outside with Leitenberg, Seehafer, players like that. And hitting that ball just too hard or hitting it too close to the keeper doesn't let them really stretch their legs. It's best to give them that ball as far, somewhere between the edge of the 18 and the sideline. Jolstrom's pass picked off that time. Fall with a step from her center back position. Nicely done that time by Waconia. They come to the near side. Enning claims. Now Seehafer. Seehafer. Weisendonner back for Enning. And Enning hits that just a little hard. And Seehafer's going to track that down. Nicely done. Seehafer again tracks it down. She gets a foot to it. Weisendonner tries to get it on her left foot. She slides to the middle, and it skitters wide. Unlucky that time for Kylie Weisendonner. Great play by Josie Seehafer, just tracking that ball down and keeping it in play. It would have been so easy for that ball to have found its way into touch. Siljan and Horn will check in. Yin and Burke will have a seat. Burke, of course, on a yellow card from earlier in the game, so imagine we've seen the last of her tonight. The ball gets pitched over the top. Horn's going to track that down. What breeze there is, what wind there is certainly at the Waconia Wildcats' back. Siljan lays off for Enning. Enning to Seehafer near side. Siljan making a run. Seehafer says we're going to go back to Jolstrom to Fall. Now Horn far side. Ella Horn, another one of the seniors on this team, as Leitenberg goes around the defender. She's going to attack. Her cross is blocked. Great block that time by Reutenberg. That ball gets crossed in, and it finds its way into the net. It got crossed in. It was an innocuous little cross. And Audrey Siljan is going to get her goal, her second goal of the game. Gee whiz, when you score your first, why not score two? It's a brace for Audrey Siljan. And now it's 6. 6 for the Wildcats. 63rd minute, Siljan from Leitenberg. So 62 minutes. So it's 6 now. And unlike in the first half when Coach Q for the Eagan Wildcats sent in, I think it might have been 10 fresh players or 8, 9 fresh players, he's parsing it out now and sending in players 1 or 2 at a time. See a couple of additional players warming up for Eagan. And Waconia still looking for some answers here as we approach the second half. Certainly getting a couple of shots on goal and creating some offense would be helpful. The ball finds its way out for Enning. Enning has to come back for that. And he dribbles out of trouble. Sends it back for Cron. Cron for Fall. Fall gains ground looking for Bray. Bray, oh, with a nice little right foot. This is through to Leitenberg. Can Leitenberg get on the end of it? She does, but that ball's going to be sent over the end line, and unlucky that time for Ava Leitenberg. Bray with a beautiful little flick with the right foot, the outside of the right foot. And checking in Sienna Rozga and Tess Triplett. So Triplett and Rozga checking in, Cron and Weisendotter checking out. Just a reminder that about 20 to 25 minutes after this game ends, we will have boys high school action here on ETV. Enning attacking, lays off for Seehafer. Seehafer for Enning again. Enning again for Seehafer. Seehafer gets it on her left foot. Now goes to the middle, goes to goal, and scores! Josie Seehafer, left foot, curls it in, and it's 7. Nicely done, Josie Seehafer. Well worked with Anna Enning in the 65th minute. And the Wildcats have definitely not taken their foot off the gas, which frankly they could have been accused of doing in a game against Bloomington Jefferson last week. Jumping out to a 4-0 lead in the first half, and then basically, not connecting, not looking sharp in the second half, not being effective, not being lethal. And here in this second half, they've done a nice job of stepping on it very quickly, making sure that Waconia's efforts are countered. We certainly expected it, and we did get Waconia coming out in the beginning of the first half as being, showing some effort and some energy and some connection. And as this falls for Triplett, now Triplett's going to go by one defender. A good job that time by Reutenberg. But now it's 7. So they gave the assist to Yin, not Enning. I'm not sure why that's the case. That ball gets crossed it. That sure looked like a handball from here, but maybe it came off her chest. In any event, we play on. That ball gets deflected out. I wish we had the replay. I'm sure we will go back and look at that later. It may have hit her chest. It may have hit her head and chest, and maybe that's why. But when both arms are up over your head like that, oh my goodness, are you taking a risk? Eagan faithful, despite having a 7-goal lead, kind of wondering what was going on there as Seehafer has to come back for that ball. Now she sends it forward, and Leitenberg will be in an offside position. The cross is going to come in, but center referee now spots the offside infraction. So Leitenberg on the far side again caught in an offside position. So I think that's the second, maybe third time in the game that she's been caught in an offside position. You'd like to think that maybe it has something to do with looking into the sun, but the referee on this side, the assistant on this side, doesn't have the sun to battle. That ball comes over the top, and Rozga will give chase. Weissel will come out and play it. She'll have an opportunity to put her foot to it. She has yet to see a shot in this game. Officially. I have her with seeing 1. Ball comes up towards the edge. Finds Triplet. Triplet with some nice foot skills. Now finds Seehafer. Seehafer lays off that time for Siljan. Siljan will attack in the corner. Siljan tries to cross. Now she's going to have to get it again. That's a nice block that time by Mian. That ball comes towards the middle. And now finds its way to the outside. Fall will step up. And find Leitenberg. Check out, that's Horn on the far side. Horn on the overlap. Nicely done. Ella Horn now to the edge line. Crosses. Opportunity. Oh, it just nice cross that time by Ella Horn. It just didn't come off. And Seehafer wants to keep that in, and maybe she wants to keep it in for a number of reasons, not the least of which is looks like she's being withdrawn for Ellie Westerman. So some substitutions. Now we're going to see some major substitutions for Coach Q. Not sure why the referee's not allowing the substitution. Oh, I see, because it was not. It's not a Waconia. It's a Waconia throw, not a Eagan throw. Ball finds its way back to Horn. Razga outside to Enning. Enning. Seehafer. Seehafer throws it towards Enning. Enning for Seehafer. Seehafer to the middle. Seehafer tries to slide that over for Leitenberg. Gets intercepted that time. Nicely done by Cleve. And that ball gets hoofed forward and finds Fall. Fall sends that towards the corner. Leitenberg attacking. Outside, left foot. Slides it across. Triplet. Somebody tries to get a hand to it. Anchor with a nice save. She stayed with it as she had Triplet and Seehafer breathing down her neck. Nicely done that time by Anchor. So easy it would have been for that ball to end up in the back of the net, and instead, it's a great save. Back pass that time by Razga. Weissel goes over to Fall. Fall tries to switch the field to Bray. And she does, and now it will go into touch, and because both teams are substituting, we will have a major substitution opportunity here for both teams. 2 or 3 players for Waconia.
Substitutions, both teams.
And we will reset your Wildcat lineup here momentarily. We're going to let everybody get on the field.
Ehrenberg, number 14. We have Kosnick, number 25.
With Kosnick, Ehrenberg, Bumpers, Westerman, and Borean all check in.
Substitutions for Waconia, they are Madeline Schuler, number 4. Madeline Houghton, number 16.
Siljan battling. This falls for Borean on the far side.
Shinska, number 18.
Francesca Borean in her first opportunities here on the varsity field. It's a faster game, but she seems to have adjusted to it well. Speaking of adjusting to it well, Bumpers did a nice job there of winning that and at least sending it across. Borean does a nice job of punching it back in, and now we'll go for a goal kick. So we're going to have a goalie substitution here.
Substitution for Waconia.
As Sophia Karmer is going to come in and Hayden Anchor is going to check out.
Sophia Karmer. Going off, number 96, Hayden Anchor.
So Anchor's last touch, that nice save on the cross. That Triplet and Seehafer were both denied. Good 1-2 combination on the far side. Good cross that time in. Comes for Bumpers. Bumpers around one defender. Can't quite square to it. That's off of a Waconia player. Waconia claims and sends it up towards Horn. Horn. Now Triplet. The ball needs to be played back, and it does get played back. Now Ehrenberg. Razga. So Isabella Fall has also checked out of the game. That's the first time that she has sat down as Bumpers runs by one defender. Now she's got an opportunity. Can she put a left foot onto it? She does. It's blocked well by Falkman. And we'll go for a harmless throw at the far side, but Bumpers had gotten by her defender, and Falkman did a nice job of blocking that shot. Ella Horn with a great effort there to get back and on defense as Borean lays off now for her. Wildcats with some new players in there. I should say Eagan Wildcats with some new players in there looking to try to get their rhythm down. I want to take a minute to go back and say that Isabella Fall, first time she's been off the field, I think maybe even this season, and really a well-deserved rest as she has played so well in that center back position. Kosnick with the defense. Turns around and says, look what I found. Finds Siljan, now finds Triplet. Triplet slides it through. Can Bumpers get on the end of it? Oh my goodness, I think Bumpers maybe thought she was offside. Looked like she slowed down for just an instant. But that was a good ball. Ball comes back for Rozga. Check it, that's Ehrenberg. Ehrenberg's ball sent forward looking for Bumpers. Bumpers is going to bring the ball with her. Lays it off for Enning. Enning attacking to the outside. Enning around one defender. Good rally defense that time by Jaeger. Ball comes for Westerman. Westerman to the end line. Westerman with a cross. Ball gets hammered towards goal. Nicely done by Borean. That would have been quite the opportunity on your debut to hit a volley into the corner of the net, but wasn't to be. Nice job, Francesca, being in the right position, though. So often good crosses that miss the front post or even the middle find the back post empty. Instead, Borean did a nice job of covering that back post. Now Waconia attacking. That ball comes up and over the top. Here's an opportunity for Bumpers. Can she run onto this ball? Oh, and Carmer smartly off her line. She won the race. She had to get that right, and she did. Congratulations to her. Her punt finds Horn. Horn battling on the far side. Referee says play on, play advantage. Here's an opportunity on the far side. Borean, she going to be able to get to that ball. She is, maybe. Let's see. It's spilled by Carmer. Referee says that did not go out over the end line, so Carmer did have to make that save. And that punt will find its way to Enning. Kosnick got wrong-footed. Credit to the Wildcats. They are not out there just passing the ball around. These players are all trying to demonstrate real quality. As that pass is intercepted, Enning turns it over. It's coming back the other direction. Great battle there, both Falkman and Enning. Both players probably could be whistled for fouls, which is why you don't blow a whistle there if you're a referee. Far side, Horn will attack. The ball comes up and over Borean. Finds Bumpers. Now Triplet. Triplet to the inside. Dances. Right foot, left foot. Now right foot again. Crosses over looking for Westerman. Westerman off of her head. Down into the corner. Westerman chips that towards goal. Can Bumpers get on the end of it? She can't. Great clearance. Oh, I was going to say great clearance by Waconia. And point-blank shot by Borean, and Carmer climbs on top of it. Nicely done. She claims it and will deny Borean a goal on her varsity debut. Ball comes back for Ehrenberg. Enning. Hoof set forward, looks for Triplet. Triplet finds a little bit of space, lays off this time for Westerman. Westerman making the run. Bumpers to the middle. Westerman to the outside. And that's going to be off of Westerman. Still officially no shots for Waconia. 19 for Eagan. It has been really one-way traffic. And minus one defensive miscue. Minus one defensive miscommunication between the defense and goalie Maddie Weissel. There haven't really been any real scoring opportunities for the Waconia Wildcats. They'll have to take the film from this game, take the thought process from this game, and then continue to work hard as they get ready for New Prague on Thursday. Meanwhile, the Eagan Wildcats will again be heading to Lakeville North. Game time 7 o'clock for the girls, 5 o'clock for the boys. So we'll see what they can take out of this game. Nice 1-2 passing. Westerman around one defender, crosses in. Someone just has to touch it, and no one can touch it as Borean was crashing back post. Love to see that crashing on the back post. Just unlucky that time as Westerman had beaten her defender. Don't rub your eyes. It is 7-0. There have been some challenges for the Wildcats scoring goals this year, some challenges defensively. Tonight, they have not had those challenges. As Triplett gets it on her right foot, Triplett sends it towards net, and it goes out for a goal kick.
That's Triplett out of bounds. Goal kick, Waconia.
So Triplett getting some playing time here late in this game. She's really demonstrated some real poise and relaxation on the ball, which is something that you want to see as young players in their first year of varsity soccer can demonstrate. Throwing comes in for Kosnick. Over for Horn and off of Horn's head and will go into touch. Less than a minute remaining now. The Wildcats are going to improve to 3-2 on the season. Opportunity for conference play to start here this Thursday against Lakeville North as Waconia sends the ball through. And Wessel will come off her line and claim that. So a clean sheet for the Wildcat defense. Made possible in part by dominant offensive performances and good midfield play. Collision there between, looked like Siljan and Triplett. Waconia not giving up. They'd love to get one late here. Triplett now dances around one defender. Tries to go around another defender. And it gets put into touch. 10 seconds to go. I imagine this will be the last throw of the game. Westerman might not even put this into play. She'll just throw it down the line looking for bumpers. And that will be the conclusion of this one. The Eagan Wildcats defeat the Waconia Wildcats by a score of 7-0. Dominant play by the Eagan Wildcats. Officially 20 shots for the Eagan, 0 shots for Waconia. Great defense, great offense. Everything seemed to click. Goals off set piece plays. Eagan has to feel good about their result. Did what they needed to do. Waconia obviously have some work to do, some things they have to get right, things they have to keep working at, and surely they will do that as the season progresses. For myself, Nathan Cron, for our award-winning ETV crew, thank you to all of our sponsors, all of our fans and supporters here watching on ETV, and we'll be back in about 20 minutes with the boys high school game. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks, folks.